investor-friendly agent here coming at you for the deal of the week. What we're looking at today is a pretty unique property out in College Park, Maryland. So it's currently a single-family house, but it's more or less set up like a triplex. All right. In the basement, you have 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. On the main floor, you have 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. And then upstairs, you have 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom. So all in all, you got 8 full bedrooms and 5 full baths. So a pretty decent ratio there on the bedroom and bathroom count. Now we just kind of take a quick look at what we're dealing with here. What is relatively nice, you do have decent access from the outside. So you can get into one unit here, another unit up here, and the other unit is behind the back there. So, definitely pretty updated, has a lot of potential, but does need a little bit of some love and some work here and there. Kitchen is the main level, so a little bit small, but not the end of the world. But decent sized bedrooms there, dining room area, bath. Could maybe use some slight updating, but nothing disastrous. We work our way down to the basement. I do have the laundry down there, as well as a decent size kitchen, one of the bedrooms, another view of the kitchen, full bath. That's one of them, and then here is another full bath as well. Then this is upstairs. There is the little kitchen area. Here's the bedroom upstairs. Nice little living room space. And decent little yard on the back. And parking, plenty of room for about 4 cars or so in the driveway. And then lots of street parking available as well. I do think it's helpful to look at the floor plan on this one. So starting in the basement, right, you do have your 2 baths right here. Got a bedroom off the side. And then 3 bedrooms on the side of the home. This one is definitely a little bit small, so a little bit tricky there, but 3 decent-sized bedrooms for sure. We work our way up to the main floor. You do have your kitchen and dining area, and then you have 3 bedrooms as well, with a couple of bathrooms in the middle. And then lastly, the little loft upstairs. You come in right off the deck there into your kitchen area, have a full bath, a full bedroom, and then a decent little living room space. There is even separate heating and cooling in the upstairs portion. So all that is pretty promising. If we do look at some of the just other sales in the area, now I will say this property is pretty unique and there's nothing really like it. So it is hard to get a perfect comp for it. But there were 2 that were relatively close that actually did sell. One of these was a 10-bedroom, 4-bath. So a pretty unique house there. That actually sold for $618,000. And then there's one that's a decent bit smaller, fewer bedrooms and bathrooms, and that got $555,000. So all this one didn't quite have all the kitchens and the separate space. So I do think this property is worth a little bit more. But it's been sitting out there at $640,000 for a while now. You can definitely come in a little bit less. $625,000 I think would definitely get it done. You might even be able to sneak out $600,000 to be honest. But probably does need a little bit of love. But all in, it's a pretty good deal there. If we do look at some of the rental comps on this guy, so it's a pretty unique home, so you might compare the rents a little bit differently. I was looking at it from just a room by room perspective, but there is also a few just 3-bedroom, 1 bath, couple bedroom, 1 bath. But one individual room, you're looking at $700 and $850. A couple comps here. So I personally use 700 in my numbers just to keep it towards the lower end. If you have the loft upstairs as a 1 bedroom, but a separate unit, that was about 1,500. And then the other ones were more like 3 bedrooms. So that was again about 2,100, 2,300. So you have a lot of flexibility there. You can rent, the 3 bedrooms to individuals room by room, or just find a group. So it definitely gives you lots of options. But for my numbers, I use $700 per bedroom, and I use $1,200 for the upstairs studio. So if you roll all that together, you got $4,900 for the 7 bedrooms plus $1,200. You're looking at about $6,100 in rents off of the $625 purchase price. I mean, that's just about the 1% rule. You're really close, about 0.98%. If you do buy this as an investment property, put 20% down. You factor in your taxes, insurance, what have you. You're sitting really pretty on this one, honestly. Your cash flowing somewhere in the ballpark of about $1,200 to $1,900 per month. So that is really, really strong numbers there. And that even accounts for, $600 in vacancy or what have you. You may want to consider paying utilities on this one. This probably didn't factor in utilities on it. You might have to do that just depending on how you rent it out and what the layout looks like. So maybe that number goes down by about $500 or so. But still cash flowing quite strongly. To buy this one, looking at an all-in investment of about $140,000. That leaves you with a cash-on-cash return somewhere in the ballpark of about 10.7 to 15.8%. So definitely one of the highest numbers I've ever seen. If we do look at what that looks like, kind of long-term wealth, real estate side, you're getting your appreciation, your cash flow, your loan pay down, a little bit of tax benefits. You're looking at almost $3 million added to your net worth in about 30 years. So really powerful numbers there. And of course, always compare this to the stock market. Make sure that we're getting a better return for the extra effort involved. This deal is crushing the stock market even 30 years down the line. So, numbers are really, really strong on this one. I did also run it from a primary home perspective. So maybe you want to live in the studio, one bedroom upstairs, and rent out all the bedrooms below. That's how I factored my numbers here. So you're looking at 7 bedrooms, 700 each. That's the 4,900 there. I do think there's an opportunity to get a little bit more than that even. But purchase price 625. This time we're only putting down 3%. Got a little better of an interest rate because we're going to live there, and we are factoring in some PMI as well. But all in, you got about 4,900 in rent. So your portion of your mortgage is just about zero, depending on how risky or not you want to be. You are breaking even while you live there, which is really, really powerful. You don't see that very often. Then after you move out, of course, you get an extra, $1,200 or so, maybe even up to $1,500. You're cash flowing about $1,000 a month on a property that you barely put any money down on. You could buy this for about $37,000 if you wanted to live there. So that cash on cash return can be somewhere in the negative to positive 7 to 8% range. Basically that break even realm, just depending on how much maintenance or whatnot you have. But if we do look at this in terms of a wealth appreciation, you're definitely sitting pretty here, looking at a little over $2 million down the line, and this will absolutely blow the stock market just way out of proportion, just because you're getting a lot of leverage there, only putting down 3%. So this really, really is powerful. If you're thinking you might want a house hack, this is a great opportunity to do it.